I'm trying to go
You've
to
had 20 years to get
treatment.
your act together and you're not doing it.
The defendant tries to explain how his life recently went off track, but when Judge McNally digs into his history, it tells a completely different story. So pay attention to how that contrast plays out and where the judge draws the line. My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files.
29. Thank you. People against Schultz, Derrick Michael Schultz, 26W8418428 and B and C. Mr. Crawford, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Crawford representing Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz, please state your name for the record.
Derrick Michael Schultz.
I have a possession of a controlled substance charge. I have a possession of drug paraphernalia, and I have a retail fraud charge. As I understand, first of all, does he stand mute and waive formal reading on those?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll enter not guilty pleas form. Now, as I understand, he's going to plead guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia and attempted retail fraud. Is that true?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And sir, state your name again nice and loud for me, please.
Derrick Schultz.
All right, so if you plead guilty, did you hear what your lawyer said?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to drug paraphernalia possession, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. If you plead guilty to attempted retail fraud, the possible penalties are up to 250 fines, 45 days jail plus costs, or all of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you plead guilty to those two charges, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the retail fraud charge on motion of the prosecutor. And I'm also going to dismiss the possession of a controlled substance on motion of the prosecutor. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to trial by court or jury. You have the right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. Mr. Crawford, what are you doing? Are you
I'm
on
listening,
something
Your
else?
Honor.
Are you on something else?
No, Your Honor.
I thought you were talking to somebody. I didn't know.
I'm looking at a file while I'm listening to you, Your Honor.
Okay. If you plead guilty, you're going to be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial by pleading guilty. You're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
To the charge of attempted retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Were you in the Home Depot store on Allen Road in the city of Woodhaven on February 3 of 26 at
Yes, Your Honor.
8:13 p.m.? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you in possession of drug paraphernalia? And if so, what were you in possession of and what did you use that paraphernalia for?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a water pipe for LSD.
All right. And did you commit the offense of retail fraud?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll ask you again, to the charge of retail fraud, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you attempt to take property or did you take property that was offered for sale without paying for it, the intent to permanently deprive the owner, Home Depot, of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you take?
I didn't take nothing, but I was going to take some drill bits.
Some what? Drill bits?
Yeah, but I didn't take them.
Well, you must have taken something, right? Or not? You didn't put those in your pocket or conceal those initially in any way?
Yes, Your Honor. I did,
But you
but
didn't
I
get past
took
the
them
point.
out
Hang on, slow down. But you didn't
Oh,
get past the point of, where did you put those?
in my pocket, sir.
All right. And then, but you didn't get past the register, I think is what you're telling me, correct?
Correct. Yeah, correct, Your Honor.
Somebody apprehended you in the store before you got
Yes, sir.
past the register?
Yes, Your Honor.
But at the time that you put those items in your pocket, did you intend to deprive Home Depot of that property?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right now, are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty or promise you anything to induce you to plead guilty other than a dismissal of the controlled substance charge and retail fraud charge?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna find the pleas have been made voluntarily and understandingly. I'm accepting the plea to attempted retail fraud and drug paraphernalia. I'm dismissing the retail fraud charge. I'm also dismissing on motion to prosecute possession of a controlled substance. Why is he in custody and for how long, Mr. Crawford?
Your Honor, my client is in custody for another drug possession charge, Your Honor. It's pending. He's in the process of working out a plea agreement there, but it's based upon getting things at least resolved here, Your Honor. My client admits he's got a drug problem. He's trying to get into drug treatment, and he's taking responsibility for that by pleading guilty now and to the other matter. He's been in custody now already, Your Honor, for 2 months.
That happened after this case or
Yes,
before?
Your Honor.
Yes,
It
Your Honor.
happened, it happened before this case, Your Honor, but the warrant came out when I got picked up for this case. They picked me up from Woodhaven.
Do you have, do you live on Buff Street in New Haven?
No, I live in Rochester now.
Okay, can you give me the address?
591 Lesperance Drive.
You're gonna have to spell
LES.
that. Hang on. 591 what?
Lesperance, Lesperance.
Lesperance Drive in Rochester Hills, is it?
Yes, sir. 48307.
What kind of a bond does he have on that case, Mr. Crawford, out of Calhoun?
Your Honor, I'm not exactly sure. Sir, could you state what your bond is?
25,000
Cash?
cash.
Would the court consider sentencing my client to the time served?
This is a bad record.
Well, he's got a drug problem, Your Honor. He's been plagued with it for some time, and he's trying to get it in order now, but he doesn't deny it.
Yeah, I've never been. I do have a record. It's from the past. Like
Well,
way in
everything's from the
past.
past. Of course, you're not convicted of anything from the future yet, but you've got cases dating back to 06.
Yeah.
mean,
I'm trying to go to.
You've had 20 years to get your act together and you're not doing it.
I recently went through a divorce a couple years ago and kind of fell off the deep end. I'm not making.
Well, you've been off the
excuses
deep
for my
end as far as
actions,
I can tell since 05 or 06. I mean, not many women are gonna want to stay with somebody that's constantly in prison or jail. I mean, they're out
That's why I'm
there, they'll
trying-
still do it, some of them, but this
that's why I'm
record's
trying to
bad.
get
All right,
rehab.
look, I don't want to sentence them. I want to look at this. I'm not going to order a pre-sentence report. Let me think of what I'm going to do here. When is Mr. Crawford here again, Heather? Are you here in 2 weeks?
I should be, God willing.
Yeah, Judge, he is our Woodhaven House Counsel.
I'm going to do sentence date April the 15th. You tell me what's best time for them to put him before a camera if you know.
They seem to be, I just notified them on Friday of this date because I was notified he was in Calhoun County, and they got him on today, so they seem to be pretty flexible.
Well, what time do you want it? What time did you set this one?
8:30.
Well, let's do the same, 8:30. Boy, you got to get your life in order. You're only what? 38? Pardon? 37?
Your Honor.
I'll just let it go with that. I would like to see, Heather, if we can get something just confirming he's in custody on that and has been for whatever length of time on that 25,000 cash bond. But I'm not ordering a screening. I'm not ordering a pre-sentence report. Good luck. We'll see you back
Judge-
here.
Do you want to put a bond on this one?
Oh, I forgot to do that. Thank you. See, that's a good thing, Mr. Crawford. You surround yourself with smart people and then they
Absolutely.
can correct your mistakes.
Absolutely.
Good job, Heather. All right, I'm gonna make it, thank you very much for reminding me. All right, I'm gonna give you a personal bond, $5,000. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm probably just gonna end up giving him credit for time served. It sounds like he's got a lot of other fish to fry here.
Yes.
No alcohol or controlled substances. Not to enter any Home Depot, not to enter any Home Depot. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Also, again, so no alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana, do not leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You're not to go near Home Depot, any Home Depot. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll sentence you in a couple weeks, okay?
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.